Tinda, and I'm honorable. I feel honorable and fortunate that Dr. Meherchand has given me that opportunity that I could join you people for this session. And I know it is a very learning and fruitful session. So, first of all, let me tell you or acquaint you with this MathTech Foundation, which has been founded and started by Dr. Meherchand. So let me give you some glimpses or bird's eye view for this MathTech Foundation. Actually, it is a foundation which has been started by Dr. Meherchand, and it represents the International Scientific Association, esteemed experts in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And its membership includes distinguished individuals such as research, development center heads, faculties, deans, departmental heads, professors, research scientists, and engineers, scholars, and so on. And it is also and a prominent holds a very prominent and influential position in driving progress in STEM fields through a range of initiative and its effort. So one of this core MTTFS objective is to create a welcoming and supportive environment for everyone involved, and the benefits of being associated with this foundation includes the opportunity to meet and collaborate with the fellow STEM professionals, both new acquaintances and familiar faces. And it is totally dedicated to building a community based on respect and sensitivity, that we can see that because the number of people and we have joined it and so many are there that we are working and we are attending this session. So now I invite Dr. Meher Chand to say a few words about this foundation. So please.
Thank you, ma'am, for a nice introduction. And first of all, I would like to welcome to all the participants to showing the interest in this workshop. Esteemed guests, respected organizers, and dear participants, it gives me immense pleasure to address this gathering at the one-week workshop on interdisciplinary computing in basic and applied sciences, jointly organized by Math Thinking Foundation, Fazilka, Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology, Surat, India, and Sardar Patel University, Gujarat. This workshop scheduled from 9 December 2024 represent the convergence of intellect, innovation, and interdisciplinary collaboration. In the past, we organized various type of the programs related to the computing, and many times observed that participant always ask about the softwares like Matlab, Mathematica. This type of the softwares are commercial, and they are not able. Some of the institutes are not able to integrate this type of the commercial softwares because of highly paid softwares, and as well sometimes participant are very eager to learn this type of the covering tools. But for the single user and highly paid, everyone are not able to pay this type of the huge amount, about 70, 80 or 90 and more than 1 lakh also sometimes, like Maple. So in the present time, and we can see that Python, there are some open software like Python, then we have the Scilab, Octave is there, R programming is there, which we can easily integrate in our academia and further research also, because of open source and freely download. We can have different type of the libraries, and easily we can install in our system. So in this workshop we are targeting the Python, because in the present time we can see that the Python is highly used programming or the software in various ways. And in the scientific computing play very important role, as it has various type of the different libraries according to the need or the requirement of the user. So according to that, one can easily install the particular library. And also this Python is very user friendly, and just as we speak, we can write the Python code in Python. And various type of the notebooks, like we can, without installing the software in our system, we can use Google Colab. Then we have the Jupyter notebook. So whether we are using cloud system or we are using in our local host or in so both the ways are open, and we easily share our content. We can work collaboratively also, and huge content are available to learn this type of the software. But most of the people who are working in mathematics or in other basic sciences, They think that Python is only the programming language for those people who has the background in computer science. This is not the way. Everyone who don't know anything about the programming, everyone can easily learn this Python programming and easily can integrate in their academic purpose for their research, and also because of it is open, then we can start from any level without any kind of the problem. So this will help not only to further research but also for the teaching purpose. Okay, so sometime students are very eager or like the mathematical problems. If we integrate this type of softwares for the computing purpose, a student have more understanding about their basic concept and for their applications. And once the peoples are familiar about Python, they can use the other software, because when one are familiar about one type of the computing software like Python, they can easily friendly use other softwares like Matlab, Octave, Mathematica, because there is only the little difference about these syntax in the program. So I hope that this work will be this workshop will be very informative, knowledgeable to all the participants. And the theme of this workshop resonate deeply with the current demand of the modern science and technology. Computing is emerging as the indiscipline tool in addressing complex challenges across diverse fields. By integrating compute with the basic and applied science, we unlock the potential of groundbreaking, diverse, deeper insight and practical solutions to real world problems. This workshop aims to empower participants by providing hands-on experience in Python for scientific computing, covering fundamental programming skill and exploring libraries such as NumPy, SciPy, Matplotlib. This session ensures that participants gain essential tool to the handle scientific data effectively and other type of the computing purpose. Exposure to open source tools for the research with resources like Jupyter Notebook, Pandas, Seaborn. Participant will learn how to enhance reproducibility, visualization, and collaboration in research. Interdisciplinary application from the data analysis to machine learning. This workshop will explore application in physics, biology, chemistry, social sciences, and beyond. The practical exercises are designed to demonstrate the power of the computational method in solving real world problems. Project based learning by engaging in interdisciplinary project, participant will solidify their understanding and apply the what they have learned to problem with their respective field. Promotion of open source will also very important, because when we are very familiar about the open source softwares and we are familiar that we can easily integrate in our teaching as well as for the learning purpose. So we also underscore the importance of open source software in fostering innovation, collaboration, and accessibility in scientific endeavor. So during this week and spending 2 hours, please focus. I request to all the participants, please focus on the learning and add some value in your academic or for the teaching purpose or for the learning purpose for the research. So the carefully curated will not only enhance your technical skill but also broaden your perspective on the role of disciplinary computing in driving research and development. With the guidance of expert speakers and facilitators, this workshop promises to be transformative experience for all participants. So again, at the end, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the committee members and collaborator institutions for their tireless effort in bringing this vision to life. So their dedication ensure that the success of such initiative that promote knowledge sharing and foster a culture of innovation. Also, as we know that this workshop is online mode, and parallelly we are not able to follow the syntax, because we have to listen, understand the syntax, and parallelly we need to apply. But sometime some of the participants are not have the skill of the typing parallel to the speaker. So to overcome this challenge, all the syntax part for the programming and for the computing purpose, all the script file will be provided to all the participants, so that after getting this file, you can learn, you can execute all this type of the code, and then parallel to you can create your own programming, or the you can solve different type of the problems. Just you need to understand the syntax of the Python for your computing purpose. And along with the feedback form will be shared corresponding to all the sessions. At the end, you need to submit, and also the session will be completely open to discuss your prompts. You can put your prompts. Sometimes if you are not able to put your query to unmute after putting your mic, because of some places have, maybe some have internet low internet or internet connectivity, so you can submit your in the chat box. We'll try to cover. And also in the feedback form you can put your questions, so that this will help to understand your problems, as well as we are trying to make this workshop not only from one side but for both sides. You have questions, you can unmute during the session, and the speakers are very friendly and they will be open to discuss your questions, also your queries. So I hope that during this week will be very productive time to enhance your skills, and we can transfer this learning to our student, to our next. So thank you, ma'am. Over to
Thank you, Dr. Meher Chand, for acknowledging us with such an insights and providing multiple purposes at and catering multiple purposes at this one platform, which is really going to be very beneficial not for the attendees but for our students. Thank you very much. And now I would like to invite Honorable Dr. B.P. Patel, Registrar Sadar Patel University, Vallabh Vidyanagar, for the welcome address. Please, sir, join us for the welcome address. Sir, have you joined us?
I think
He's there with us.
Prashant Patel, can you please your mic?
Yes, sir.
Our Bhailal Bhai P Patel is there with us.
Might be I have not seen him in the group.
I am not able.
Sir, in the meantime, he may join us. Now, may I invite Professor Ajay Kumar Shukri from Department of Mathematics for their general address. In the meantime, sir, join us. Definitely, he'll be welcoming all the participants and guests. In the meantime, may I request Professor Ajay Kumar Shukla ji, if he has joined us from Department of Mathematics, Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology, for the address. Please, sir, if you're there, you may join us.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening,
Sir,
and
please.
really, this is a great pleasure moment for me to be present here before you. And I am really much happy and also appreciate the Simhachanji and his effort and his team, basically, and some members of this Espinola University, SVNIT Surat, Jyotin Prajapati, Ranjan Kumar Jana, and all the members, Jyotin and Meherchandji from MT to SciPy and Bharti. So this is really great moment, and basically this program is very, I think, in my as per my this knowledge and belief, this is very wonderful. Looking to the present scenario, space in science and technology. If you go in any field of the engineering sciences and this mathematics, generally people ask about the computational mathematics. And basically in India we are late, 20 years late. But now we are going to improving our computational skill day by day. And here, if you see, this is a mathematics playing very important role in science, technology, biology. And first, I'm very much happy because they introduce Python, data analysis, numerical analysis, machine learning. So this is definitely very useful for our participant, and they can learn something, and definitely they will enjoy, and they will enjoy to learn about it and also implement for this research work, for the knowledge, and also some other their own project work also. So first, I'm thankful to all of you, and also the coordinator of this, Nimisha Patak, Ishneel Rao, Sanjay Bansal, Jatin Bansal, and this organizing secretary, Prajapati, Ranjan Jana, and all other members, and also the Meher Chandji, because I really appreciate Meher Chandji. Thank you very much. All the best. All the best to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for this information. And now I won't take much time, and it's time to introduce our keynote speaker who is going to take and join the session as a keynote speaker. And he's none other than Dr. Ravi Panchal. So let me acquaint him with you all that he is an assistant professor in the Department of Mathematics at Sardar Vallabh Patel University, Vallabh Vidyanagar, India. And he's also honorary deputy director at the National Student Center at the same university from since March 1st, 2022. He specializes in applied mathematics and his area of expertise is theory of relativity. Dr. Panchal has published 12 research papers in peer-reviewed journals covering topics like general relativity, analogy, and between electromagnetism and gravity, algebraic computations, etc. And he has also done almost 14 lectures in multiple workshops, webinars, and faculty development programs on the topics such as mathematica, classical mechanics, and algebraic computations in general relativity. So he's such a renowned personality. And now he's going to join us as the keynote speaker of the day, and he's going to take the session. And so may I request you to join us?
Okay, so it's a wonderful question. Am I audible to you properly?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
So, is it visible?
Yes, sir, visible.
So, first of all, thank of this opportunity, and especially to Dr. Harshand and for this opportunity. So, first of all, we will discuss this Python using a couple of examples, quick and easy learning. Okay. By that time, we will also provide you this Jupyter notebook also for this hands-on practice. So, and one thing is we can learn the Python by doing some experiments or quick just practices. So more you just practice, more you are learning will be there. And the other thing is we cannot learn each and every functions and facilities of the Python. So what we do is we just first of all identify our problem, then we just identify how we wanted to use this Python, and then we just split that problem in parts, and we just learn things or how to apply this Python to whatever is required, and this is how we complete our project. So, and many of you agree with me that we are not that much interested in learning Python. We are more interested in applying Python. This brief. Let me start my first lecture. That is Introduction to Python. So this is outline of the talk. There's this much topics. So there will be I will cover many topics. First of all, what is Python language? Developed in 1991. So why it is very that much popular? Because it is very simple and readable, and is widely used for data analysis, AI, web development, and many. It has a large standard library and active community. It has the active community in the forums like Stack Exchange, Quora, then GitHub, and etc. It has very large library, and we are going to discuss some of them like SciPy, NumPy, the Matplotlib, Pandas, and so on. So and once we write this program on Python program in in one of the popular operating system, it will work in another operating. For example, if I write a Python program in say Windows operating system, it will definitely same Python program will work in other operating system like Linux, MacBook. So if we compare this Python with other programming languages, C++, in C++, the major hurdle is every time we have to define this variable types, and we have to manage this memory management manually. But that is not case with Python. If we compare it with R, both are popular in data science. They are having some many libraries. The pro with this Python is it has very large. Coming to the working environment of this Python, it is called Integrated Development Environment (IDE), which is there are different popular IDE. Inbuilt Python IDE is idle, but it is not recommended. It is not that much user friendly. As far as the data analysis, the other popular IDEs are PyCharm, VS Visual Studio Code, Jupyter Notebook. In this, throughout this session, we are going to Jupyter Notebook, and we can see some similar ID, which is cloud ID, which is Google Colab. So we are going to discuss both the Jupyter Notebook and Google Colab. So first of all, let us start with Anaconda, Jupyter Notebook, and I'm using Windows operating, and in Windows operating system, this we can install this Jupyter Notebook using Anaconda software. So first of all, let us discuss how to download this Anaconda software. So for that, we just click to this link. So this page will be open. Simply, we just need to click this free download. A new link will be open. You just keep this registration. You can do if you want. Then there are other options. Some options like Windows operating system, Mac, Linux. These are for downloading Python. Right now we are installing Anaconda, and that is why we just simply click on this download button, and it is automatically, you can see that here that it is started downloading. I already have installed Anaconda in, so I just cancel it. That's installation of Anaconda is similar to installation of software of installation of other softwares. So I just quickly write Anaconda start. I'm having three options. First is Anaconda PowerShell prompt, Anaconda prompt. These two we are going to discuss, these two we are going to discuss tomorrow. Today we just use this Anaconda navigator. We just simply click on this Anaconda navigator. And if you have Linux or MacBook, then both these systems are having this Python inbuilt, and this Anaconda. There is no need to install this Jupyter notebook using Anaconda. We can directly install this Jupyter notebook using this terminal. Using the function pip command, we can install Jupyter notebook, and that command is very simple. Install Jupyter. Pip install notebook. So that will install Jupyter notebook in your system. If as far as this Linux and MacBook is, so my Jupyter notebook is Anaconda is launched. You can see this is its environment. We are particularly interested in Jupyter notebook. So it is this Jupyter notebook. So we can launch this Jupyter notebook simply clicking on this button. I hope my presentation that internet connectivity is proper.
Yes, sir.
So immediately you will see your browser will be opened, and you will see this kind of these files and the folders are offline, but they are opened in this your browser. Since they are open in browser, that doesn't mean that these are open online files or cloud files. These are offline files stored in your systems. Okay, so let me show you my desktop. You can see that these are folders in my desktop. So this desktop, you can see that the same folder is the same folder is here. So these are offline files. So first of all, let us see how to work with this Jupyter notebook. So in order to create one Jupyter notebook, we will simply use this new command, new button. So new button we are particularly going to use, and in your system there must be Python must be installed. So let us in this new button, let us open this Python. See that one notebook created, and its extension is SciPy NB. IPython notebook. So we can rename it name test1. We will not touch extension. We will keep this .ipy. You can see that renamed, and you can see that last checkpoint 34 seconds. That means we have whatever the file we have created is saved before this much time. So this is how we can create this Python file. Let me create one folder in this particular. Okay, so I'm going to create one blank folder in this desktop folder. So for that, again, we will go to a new button and we will click on new folder. So it will create blank folder. So again, now I have created one SciPy file in this desktop, and also simultaneously one blank folder. Now, if I wish to transfer this file into this folder, so what we'll do, just simply right click on it, then we can use cut, copy. So I'm going to cut, paste in this folder. So see that my test file is put into my test folder. Now let us launch this test file. You can see test file created, and now we can start writing a Python. Okay, so by default, now we have to choose our kernel. This is Python. We will choose this Python. We'll select. Now you can see that our kernel will change this Python 3. Now you can see that this one pair of square brackets, blue color. So they are represent. It is represent input cell. So let me write a simple Python program which adds these two numbers. Now in order to compile this output of this programming line is we just simply and you can see that immediately. Okay. Again, in order to compile this, we can use shift plus enter. We have to hold this shift and after that to paste and so that out will be. Now there are two major environments of this input cell. First is editing. That means we are editing this input cell. Second environment is commanding. So that command environment helps us create a copy of existing cell, cut, copy, paste, and other options. These are the few useful which we can do using the environment. So for that, for undo it is Control Z, redo it is Control Shift Z, and so on. But at the same time, right now our environment is edit environment. So if I simply use the C for cut, it will not work. Simply write C in place of this cell, particular cell. So in order to transform this edit environment, into command environment, to use S, you can see that by this particular input cell has been highlighted. Let me do it again. Right now it is in edit environment. I'm going to convert it in command environment. And for that, simply I will press escape button once. You can see that cell highlighted. Now I can copy this using C. In order to copy this cell, we need press C. In order to paste it, to press V. Again, in order to enter one blank input cell to use, we need to press A while pressing this or while having this command environment. We can, and again, let us recall, we can enter this edit environment by pressing escape. So right now, since I have clicked into this blank input cell, it is converted into edit environment. So it is now editing. Now let us, by pressing escape, let us enter into command environment. So right now it is in command environment. So, and now we can create one blank input cell below this cell by pressing B. So these are the other few important shortcut commands are here in this editor. You can explore more commands by using Google. So we are not going to invest more time in this. Again, in order to shift this particular this input cell below or above this cell, we can see that there is a move up button. So by simply pressing this button, you can see that this cell is moving. Now let us move down. You can see that there is a delete button, AI button. Then we can create duplicate input cell. So this will insert a blank input cell above this cell. This is below. Create a blank input cell below this cell, and so on. This is how we can play with a notebook. Right now we are not discussing Python. Right now we are learning how to work with this notebook. So let me delete excess input cells. You can see that these cells delete. Now these are the this 5 is the output of this input cell. This -3 is output of the input cell. Now sometimes it may happen that I don't want all the output. So in order to clear outputs, simply I just right click and clear out of all cells or some of these. This is view menu. You can explore it. This is run. Again, you can explore this some sort of important this kernel. Sometimes it may happen that while using this while loop kernel, whenever our this system enters into infinite loop. So in that case, we can interrupt kernel. It may happen that we have couple of input cells. We have written a couple of input commands, and in case we have to run some of or all of the input commands, we can use this option. Okay, restart kernel. So it will restart kernel, restart and clear output of all the cells. So it will delete all the output and restart your kernel, and it will give you fresh output. And the other option. Then next menu is setting. You can by default that the theme of the Jupyter notebook will be Jupyter Lab Lite. But personally, I like this dark theme because you can see that there are a lot of colors in this input cell that will help you in identifying your error. and your command, your programming lines will be more readable. So that is why I personally Jupyter Lab dark. Then there are other options. Those are important because there are options like increasing text editor font size and terminal font size and so on. So let us. So we are done with this Jupyter notebook. Now let us start exploring Python. So I have already created this much Python files in this folder. Now you can see that this is how we can access our files. So a file is already. Now the second important thing regarding this Jupyter notebook is by default that environment will be code. Now, in order, sometimes it may happen that we are writing a lengthy program and we want end user, the other person, to read this particular Python program. So for that case, in that case, we can use markdown option. So it will convert this line command input line into comment line. It will convert it into comment line. So by simply this, if I compile it, it will give no output. Okay, so this is regarding comment. So again, this is a markdown, and that is why this comment. Again, this is comment. We have already discussed what is Python, why we are why we are learning Python, because it is very simple, it is versatile, it is large community support, like in forums like Stack Exchange, Quora, then GitHub, and so on. Okay, it is suitable. Also, it is suitable for small scripts and large applications. We already have discussed this. Also, we are discussing this IDEs. We have discussed this one IDE, which is Jupyter Notebook. Now, similar to Jupyter Notebook, this Jupyter Notebook works offline. Now, if you want to work online in cloud, for that, similar to Jupyter Notebook, it is Google Colab. So I simply click on this first link, and I can see that this new website opened. Now, in order to create a Jupyter Notebook, simply I just need to click New Google Colab. It will create a new Colab notebook. Again, let the difference between this Google Colab and Jupyter Notebook is Google Colab works online, cloud. This Jupyter Notebook works online as well as offline, but you mostly use it for offline. Now, see, you can see similar environment code. This text here in this Google Colab, we have text. In the Jupyter Notebook, we have markdown option. So they are the same thing with different names. Okay. Again, we can start writing simple commands, simple Python program. And if I click this button, play button, it will compile and give me output of this. You can see explore this menus. Okay, so it has given me this output. Now that one new blank code, you can see that it has two parts: start coding or generate with AI. It is equipped with artificial intelligence. So let us see one of this code, how we can use this AI to create Python program. Okay, so let us write. Simply I just enter, see that program. Okay, let me simply click this program. It is asking me enter number. Let me enter 5 and compile. It is showing me that 5 is prime number. It is again compiled and check different number. 4 is not a prime number. Now the thing is, AI has created a program for us, but the challenge is, first of all, there are two. First is be able to read this. We are in situation to read this program, because it may happen that we are not getting the exact program we want, but we are having some similar program. So in order to rewrite that program as per our requirement, we must be in situation to read a written program. Okay, so for example, this is this block will write a definition to check whether it is prime or not. This is regarding input. This is regarding checking whether number is prime or not. If it is prime, then it print that this number is prime. Otherwise, we print this number is not prime. That means we must be able to read written starting basics of. So first of all, the first thing is variables. So it is similar way which we are dealing with in method. So variable can store different values, and those stored values can be changed later, and those changed values will be can again used in different variables also. So let me key concepts of Python. First is dynamic typing. See that I have assigned 10 in X, Bob, double inverted comma. Okay, so this Python will automatically understand this 10 is in integer. We are not like C language or C++ language. We are not required to say that this we are going to we want x as an integer. Okay, it will automatically understand that this 10 integer, and we are going to assign this 10. Also, we have not declared that name is of string type. It automatically understands that this Bob is since it is written in double inverted comma, it understands that this is then variable assignment. We can assign different variable types like integer, float. This is float. This is boolean. Okay. Then other is string. Now these are the variable. Okay. First variable name is age, price. Whether it may happen that we are going to check whether student is valid or not. For that, I have written is this person a student. If it is true, then we can play with this. Okay. So these are variable names. Now there are rules, Python rules for assigning variable names. So a valid variable name must start with a letter or underscore, but that variable name cannot start anything else other the thing with it other than letter and underscore. For example, I cannot start my variable name digits. I cannot start my the variable name with some dollar sign, special character. Okay, so that is not that is not very valid variable name. So our variable name must be start letter or underscore. Then a variable name may contain underscore, digits or letters. The thing is, our variable name must start with letter or underscore, but it cannot start with the other thing. But our variable name may contain digit. These are few examples of variable names. Okay, here I have used this digit, letters and underscore. Here I have used digits. This is digits and letters. But I use this digit. I have not used digit to first place. Again, we can write our variable name with starting with underscore. These are valid variable names, but these two are examples. These two are examples of invalid way. We cannot start with digit. It cannot contain the special character like dash, dollar sign, hash, and so on. Then reassigning a variable. So you can see that previously assigned 10 into x. Then we can, after assigning 10 to x, we can assign string. So for example, hello. Let me run this. If I press x, so it is showing me that value of x is 10. Stored 10 in x. After that, if I compile this particular input line, then simply press shift and enter for compilation. It is showing me nothing because I have to again create a new programming line, or within this programming line, I have to simply write x is showing me the hello. So previously that 10 was stored in. This is why whenever I have pressed x, it is showing me 10. After that, I reassign this value, then multiple assignment. You can see that there are 3 physical lines, and I have assigned 5 into A, hello into B, and 3.14 into C. So if I compile and if I ask what is value of A, it will tell me is 5. What is B? It is hello, and what is C? So it is 3.1. Now it may happen that we can, in order to bulk assign values, we can do it in, that is we have 3 variables B, C. They are separated by comma equal to 3 variable values. Okay, so this is integer, this is string, this is float. So this 5 will be assigned into A, hello will be assigned into B, 3.14 will be assigned C. You can check the compiling. Now, swapping variables is not that much important, since we are going to discuss so many topics. Those topics which are not that much important, we will just okay. And for your practice, we are going to share this Jupyter notebook so that you can practice it after you while you are. Then local and global variables. So whatever the variables which we define or assigned inside the definition, those are local variables. And the name itself suggests that what is global variable. So once that variable is global, it will have the same value throughout that Python program. Okay, so you can see that this 5 is outside definition, and this x is equal to 10 is outside inside my definition. So if I compile and in order to have that output, I'm using print of x. So it will give me output as 5 and example x. I have defined a new definition, a new function, which is example, and I have asked that within that definition of example, 10 must be stored. So if I compile this x, if I compile it, this print command is giving me 5 output. This example is giving me 10 as out. This is how we can delete variables. Now next is data type. Python has several data types. The first is numerical type, and the famous are integer, float, and complex. We already have discussed integer and float. So let us discuss this complex data type. So in order to write complex number, in order to write 4 plus 3 plus 4, right? Now the Python already have assigned, or it has built-in command for other operators other than iota. So we cannot use this I for complex that imaginary part. And for imaginary part, we must use the j in place of using I. So this will create 3 plus 4i. Okay, 3 is our real part, 4 is our imaginary. But in place of this Python language, in place of using iota, we use j. This is my complex number. Let me add this complex number, another complex. So that output will be plus 7, 4 plus 3. That is, those are imaginary parts, and it will give me 7 as output. Then next data type, it is string. So it is possible to write both single line string as well as multiple lines. Okay, so we can write single line string using either single pair of single quote or pair of double quote. But in order to write multi-lines, we must use 3 times pair of 3 times single quote or double quote. So let us, for example, let us write one single line. So it is giving me the same output I. So it automatically understands that I have given single line input. So both this single quote and double quote, pair of single quote and double quote, can be used for creating single line input. But we cannot use one single start single quote ended with double quote. Give me error. So if we are starting with single quote, it must be ended with. So now let us create multi-line. Then the other data types are sequence type, set type. We have discussed the sequence type, set type, data types in detail soon. So that is why this topic. But the thing is, first important data type is numeric type. Then other is text type. Then next is sequence type, set type, and mapping. Okay, mapping type data type is dictionary. Then these are other. None is also important. Whenever, for example, we are importing one say CSV file which contains a lot of data, but it may happen that some of the data are missing. So how to know that those data are missing? So for that, if output is null, then that particular value is missing from that data, and that is used very much useful in data analysis. Then typecasting. Typecasting means converting a data type from one to another. Okay, there are major 2 types of data casting. First is implicit, that is automatic, and the other is explicit, that means manually or intentionally. So let us first discuss data casting. You can see that I have assigned 10 into a and 3.0. This 10 is integer. This 3.0 is float. I have assigned integer value into a float into b, and I'm going to add this integer and float. So definitely that result will be in float type. So Python automatically understand that I have added one integer type, float type, and that is why the output will be in form of float type. So this is called automatic typecasting or implicit typecasting. It automatically converts one data, which is which was integer, into float. Okay, so this may be case with other data types also. Then the other is explicit data typecasting. That means manual type. We can convert an integer into float into integer, integer or float into strings, list, and so on. Okay, so let us first discuss or convert this 5.7, which is assigned into x, into integer. So for that, that command is that programming line is integer into bracket into pair of round brackets to write. So it will convert this float in x. Sorry, and that is why see that integer part is 5. Okay, then let us convert this string to integer. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, so can you can somebody tell me that this data type? What is 42 in pair of inverted comma? Is it integer or float?
It is string.
It is, yes, because it is written in the pair of inverted comma. It is of string type. This is not integer. Okay, so put cell in two parts. Okay, you can see that, and since I am writing this s, it is showing me 42 is nothing but the string. It is not integer. So let us convert it into integer. For that, command is this. So now you can see that inverted comma removed in this. That is why this is string and this is integer. Now let us convert integer into float. This is how we can do it. We can play with the, again we are going to share this Python file, sorry, Jupyter notebook, and play with this. Now I have created one list and let us convert it into tuple. So for that, this command is tuple into pair of round brackets. This is how we can convert different data type other. Right. Now, let us try to convert this string into integer. Now, we know that it is not possible to convert this characters, this ABC, into integers. So, whenever intentionally I'm converting this into integer, it will give me error. See that it is not possible. So, we must be careful in writing this kind of programming. Now, let us discuss operators. These operators are very much similar to the operator we use in calculator. So, for example, for addition, let's say that operator is nothing but plus. So, if I write 4 plus 5, it will add 4 and 5. For subtraction, that operator minus. For multiplication, that we use star. This for division, slash for modulus, percentage sign. So it is that remainder. Then for exponential, we use double star. So this is output of raised to 2, which is 16. Then let us find floor division. So let us find floor division. So you can see that we divide 5 by 2, we are going to get 2.5. But it is giving me the answer as 2 because floor value of 2.5. This is a floor arithmetic operator. Then let's discuss assignment operator. Okay, there are several assignment operators, which the one we have discussed already, that is single equality sign. Okay, so single equality sign, we do what? Assign whatever we have written in right hand side. Whatever we have written right hand side, it will assign to left hand side. So in this, you can see that highlighted input cell. There are two sides, just left hand side, right hand side. So in right hand side, I have 10. So 10 will be assigned in x. And if I print this value of x, it will give me whatever stored value there in x. It will not only assign the value. If I write is equal to 10 plus 5, so it will do what? It will first find what is the value output of 10 and 10 plus 5, which is 15. It will assign 15 to x. So you can see this is how we can use this assignment operator. Then plus equal. So it is the shortcut of, let us recall that we have assigned revert to 10. So right now I have assigned 10 into x. Now I want increment 1 in x. So that can be done using this coming line. This x is equal to x plus 1. So what will be done? It will do increment of 1 in 10. Okay, so previously 10 was assigned in x. So it will do increment of 1 into 10 and the output will be 11. Okay, consider increment of 2 in x. So you can see that why. Okay, so why we are can anyone tell that why we are getting 13 in place of 12? Because x previously we have assigned x 10 into x and the output of x plus 2, x is equal to x plus 2 is getting 13. You can write in the chat box also. Madam, your voice is not properly. Okay, so let me explain that previously we have assigned x plus 1 to x and at that time the value of x was 10. So that is why previously that is why the value of x was 11 and after that we have increment done increment of 2 in 11, and that is why we are getting 13 as output. Now alternatively, in place of writing this x is equal to x plus 2, we can simply write x plus equal to, it will again perform the similar task, the same task. Okay, now you just be careful. I'm reassigning the value of x as 10. Okay, so right now the value of x is 10, and I'm doing increment of 2 in x. This is why we're getting 12 as output. We can use this minus equal for the same operation, which is x is equal to x. So can anyone tell me that what will be the output of this x is equal to x minus 2? You can write in chat box. Yes, 10 is without, because the value of x was 12, and since I have compiled it 2 times, that is why I 8, 12, 10. Now then comparison of there are several comparison operators like double equality sign, not equal. That means left hand side is not equal to right hand side. Left hand side is greater than right hand side. Less than sign is used for false. Left hand side is less than right hand. So let us check whether this 5 is equal to 5. So we are getting as answer. This is useful for data validation. We have stored something in some variable, and after that, after some time or after some iterations, we would like to know that what is whatever the value of x or whatever the variable is equal to something or not. So in that case, we can use this double equality sign for comparison of comparison operator. This will check whether this 5 is not equal to 3 or not. Yes, 5 is not equal to 3, and that is why we are getting true as output. If I check whether this 5 is equal to 3, we are getting false. So this is how we can check whether the number is greater than this or not, this is less than or 3, less than or not, greater than equal, less than equal, and so on. So the outputs will be true, false, true. Then there are operators like logical, bitwise. These are less important for us right now, so we just keep it. Now let us come back to an important topic which is useful for demonstration. I know that I'm going a little bit slower, but we are keeping in mind that some of the participants are totally new to this Python language. That is why we are going in this way. So, demonstration purpose, 2 commands are there. The first is input, the other is out. So, for example, we are writing we have written some program, and we want end user to use that program. So, for that, this input can be used with syntax. Whatever message we wanted to print will be written in pair of inverted comma, and what message we to print. And this, whatever we have in right hand side, that should be stored into left hand side, and in left hand side we have this variable which is name. So if I compile, you can see that one dialog box open, and it is asking me to enter my name. So why we are getting, you can see that the name has been stored into this name. Whenever I write, it will give me this out. By default, it will create string. Okay, but it may happen that we require to enter age of some person. So age must be in the number. Enter asking name. Let us ask age. So what is your age? Me write 57. Okay. Now let me write, or now let me add 5 in my age. So you can see that I'm getting error. Why? Because it has stored my age as string. 37 is string. Okay, and that is why I have to convert this input into been converted into integer. Now I can add 5. Then output again, that end user must be able to read that output, and for that user defined output or customized output, the command is print. So let us print hello and name. So what I have stored in my in name, if I compile, you give me output as hello. This is how you can assign multiple values to variables and get defined. This is similar which we have already discussed. So we just keep this. Then escape sequence. These escape sequences are useful for customizing strings. So first escape sequence is /n. So you can see that there is one physical line. Now using this /n means it will insert a new line in the place where I have written /n. So if I compile this, it will convert this single physical line into 2 physical lines. Then /t is useful for putting tab, it has put one tab. Okay, that is four blank spaces between hello and world. Then this is backslash and a single quote. You can start you do these things afterwards. Keep this due to time constraint. Now string manipulation. We can perform different operations using this in this string. So first of all, let us add two strings. Okay, so I have assigned hello string one, world string, and to add. Okay, and that can be done using one plus. But you have noticed that I have put one single space in pair of inverted comma. So if I remove this, as a result, I'm getting hello world without space. This is not readable. So that is why, in order to put one extra space between hello and world, I need to put blank space in pair of inverted comma. So you can see that they are separated space. Then string repetition, you can see that stored in string one. And if you want to three times, for that we can write string multiply by 3. So you can see has been written 3 times. Then string indexing. This is very important. It's very important topic for the data analysis and so on. That is string indexing. We can use this indexing in list, tuples, those sets, dictionaries, and so on. So right now we are exploring this indexing in string. You can see that I have created one Python. Now I wanted to locate this places. Okay, according to Python language, first index will start with 0. Okay, if we are moving from left to right, first index will be start from 0. This index 0 is y is having index 1, t is having index 10, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let us check what is there in index 0. So you can see that there. Then what is the second place of index? So again, you started with 0. This is 0th place. Y is at first place. T is at second. So output will be. So this is how it works from left to right. Now sometimes it may happen that we have written a huge index. Huge string, and we want third element from the end. We want third letter from the end. So for that, we can use right to left. Now the indexing of this same string, if we move from right to left, we have to start from minus. Okay, so this first element from the last is minus one element. Second element from the last is minus second element. This is minus third, minus fourth, and so on. Okay, if we write minus one, then letter has been printed. This is N. This is second last, O, third from the right, H, and so on. So this is if we move from let us recall, if we move from left to right, then index will be start from 0 and it will remain 1. So 0, 1, 2, and so on. If we are moving from right to left, it will start from my negative number. Okay, so the last number will be minus 1, having index minus 1, then minus 2, minus 3, and so on. Then string slicing. We can extract some of the letters or some letters from the particular index level using this slicing. So for that, we'll write a digit separated by this colon, and we will write another. Okay, so it will do what? It will give me output of this the letters with this indices 0, 1, 3, and 4. Since I have written this 5 here, it will skip 5. Before that, before 5, it is 4. So it will give me output of indices from 0 to 4. It will not consider 5. So you can see that I am getting this PYTHO as output. If I write, then whole Python, if I write 0, colon 7, still I'm getting Python. But since the at sixth index level, blank space is there, we are not able to see that blank space. If I write 8 characters from the index 0 to 7, it has this 8. Now it may happen that we want characters after fourth place, so we will leave this end later blank. We print all the characters after fourth after third fourth index. Okay, so this is 0, 1. So from fourth and onwards, it will. Then it may happen that we just want to skip start 0, so it will print whole that string. Now we want to skip this one character. Okay, by default that step size is 1. It is also possible to consider step size 2. So it will do increment of 2 in place of 1. Previously it was considering increment of 1. Now you can see that it has printed, then it has y, then it has written this given meat, then it has kept this h, then o, and so on. This is how it works. It's called string slicing and changing case. Here I have capitalized the starting letter of these two words. Now let us convert this whole string into upper case. Then this will convert into lower case. This will again convert into title. Then this is how it will cut this case. Then removing white spaces. See that I put white spaces before and after this two words. So if I type command and I have stored this string into text. So if I use this text.strip command, it will remove this white space from both the left and right hand. You can see that I think output without space from compiling. You can see that this hello world is printed without white space before and after. Okay. Then left strip is useful to remove this white space from left. This is useful for removing from right. Then splitting and joining strings. So let me take this opportunity. Any one of you is having some difficulties, or would you like to ask some questions with what we have discussed till now? We can take some 3 minutes break for discussion.
Dear participant, you can unmute your mic.
Let us proceed. Then splitting and joining string. Okay, see that I've created this string which is having 3 fruits: apple, banana, and cherry, separated by and. Okay, stored string to text. So if I print this, showing a string. Now let us using this dot split command, we can split this string and we can create one list out of the string. String has been converted into list and has been replaced by this comma. So this is actually list that we next few minutes. So this is how we can play with this strings. It is also possible to join. Now we have separated 3 fruits. Now let us join them. For that, the command is dot join, and we want each fruit separated by space. So you can see that this list has been converted into string. This fruits are separated by blank. Discuss replacement. It is also possible to replace some of the entries from this string. Now let us replace apple by banana. For that, command is very simple. We use this text which is which string has been stored. So we will whatever the variable is here, the same variable, the same variable, this text dot. We wanted to replace apples by banana. You can see that as output getting like checking whether some of the part is available in string or not. This is how we check it. Let us create one other thing which is Python programming. This is how we can check whether this particular string is available in string or not. Let's check whether Python is available. So the answer is yes, and that is why I'm getting true as answer. But since we can see that Java is not available in this particular string, so it will again I'm getting true as answer because I'll check whether is not available. So yes, Java is not available. This is why I'm getting true as output. This time getting false. String formatting. Okay, I've assigned this string in name 37 into age. So there are 2 methods for string formatting. First method is fstring and the other is dot format. So you can see that in print I have written f in pair of inverted comma, written this message. My name is in pair of curly bracket and I am of curly. I have written age, years old. So it will give me output as my name is Ravi. It will fill this, or it will replace this name by Ravi, and it is replacing my age. This is one way to do this. The other way is dot format. So here we will write string and then we will write dot format in pair of first curly bracket. It will replace name, whatever is stored in this name, into this first curly bracket, and whatever is stored in second age displayed in place of second. So again, okay. The other way of doing this is again I have 2 entries in this dot format. First is name and the other is start. Again start the indices from 0. This is 0th place. This is first place. So whenever I write 0, it will consider name, and 1 at first place it's again same output, but the advantage here is now we replace using this method. We can replace this a particular variable at particular index. Okay, now I know that at first index it is age, and that's zeroth place it is my name, and that is why if I compile, my name is 37. Okay, so this is how we can use this dot format and f-string method for user defined output. Now, the next topic is list. Now, lists are very important as far as this data is. So, Professor Helchan, can we take a 5 minute break?
Yes, sir.
Because we are discussing within 1 hour. We should take a break only 5 minutes, 5 to 10.
Okay. Dear participant, please feel free to ask speaker.
Yes, and in between you can write your questions in your comment box. Yes.
There is 5 minute break. Start. So you can.
Okay, am I audible? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I think to start now. Hello, sir. I am audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, you are audible, so you can start.
Ravi Kumar ji, start please.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Screen. So I hope this presentation is visible to you all.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So let us discuss the strings, which are again very useful. List. So again, it is very useful for. So let us create a list, which is, and in order to create one list, we use a pair of square brackets, and the elements may be of integer type, float type, or strings, and they must be separated. Now, the more very thing regarding this list is they are mutable. That means what we mean by mutable. That means elements can be changed in the list, but and also this list is order. That there is importance of order also. Okay, so let us recall how to create list. List can be created using pair of square brackets. List is mutable. That means elements of list change. It is order. That means there is order, importance of order. So I have created one list that contains this 1 to 5, and I have assigned this list numbers. So whenever print you give me, then I've created another list contains different data types. Okay, this is integer, this string, and so on. String. This is another list. Now let us access data from. So as we have previously, in the case of strings, our the elements will, if we are going from left to right, our elements will start from 0. Okay, this is 0th element, this is first element, banana is our first element, and cherry is second. And if we go from right to left, we have to start numbering from -1. Cherry is -1th element, banana is minus element, and so on. So let us explore what is 0th element and what is first element of the list. So you can see that 0th element is apple and last element is cherry. Now let us explore the elements from last. So -1th element is cherry, -2nd element is banana. This is how we can access elements. Now these methods, throughout these methods are similar. Okay, as far as this list is concerned, this string is concerned, tuple is concerned, set is concerned, dictionaries are concerned. Now let's modify this list. So you can again see that I've created one list and it is stored in variable name fruits. Now let us explore there. So it is banana. Okay, it is at first, and now change banana to blueberry. Then for that we have to write fruit, which is at first place, which is banana, equal to blueberry. So blueberry will be assigned their first place. If I compile it, it will give me apple, blueberry, and cherry in place of apple, banana, and cherry. Then let us add some elements at the end of this list. For that, first of all, we have to write that variable name of that list, and then dot append, and we will write whatever we wanted to, whatever element we wanted to add at the end of this list, which is orange. So you can see that this orange has been added at the end of, okay, after. Then insert. So what there is append command and there is insert command. So what is the ability of these two different commands? The append command will add an element at the end of list, but whenever we wanted insert an element at some specific location, so for that dot insert command is used. So let us insert mango at first index. Okay, so you can see that this is my list. Zeroth element is apple. First element is blueberry, cherry, and orange. Okay, these are the other elements. Now, after this, at this first place, I want mango. So this is how we can do it. So at first place, this mango is inserted. It is not replaced. It is inserted. Now let us remove one element from this list, cherry. Okay, so for that, again we will write one name which is fruits, then dot remove cherry, remove, then pop. Again, whenever we want to remove an element by its name, then that command is remove. But whenever we wanted to remove element from its place, okay, and then for that command is dot pop. So remove will remove an element, pop will remove an element from that particular location. So this is how it has removed second element, okay, element at second index, which is blueberry. You can see that this list has been reduced to this list. Now, in order to remove all the elements from the list, command is dot clear all the elements from the list. You can see that. Now, list operation reflect. That means we wanted to add combine two lists. We can use this plus sign. Two lists are combined into one single list. So this plus is useful for used as then repeat, as we have discussed this repetition previously in the case of strings. Similarly, we can use it for list also. I'm going to repeat this 1, 2, 3 element 2 times. For that, I will write this list start. So you can see 1, 2, 3 has been. Let's check whether some elements are this list or not. So this is our let us check whether the apple is in this list of fruits or not. You can see that apple is in this list, but orange is not in the list, and that is why as output of this second print command getting false, and as part of first output of first input command I'm getting then list slicing. So we can slice this similar to slicing of a string. So I store this list is element of elements 0 to 9 in this list numbers. Now let us explore the elements from second index to index number 5. So for that can be done using 2 colons. It will skip this. It will not consider the sixth index. It will consider before that. Okay. So it is going to consider this element second, third, fourth, and fifth. So this is how we elements start from 0 to 0 to 6. It will skip this 7 element from this second, seventh, leave it blank, whole list. Now let us explore elements from the second index 5 to from 5 onward. So this is how it. Now let us again let us recall that in doing this, that step size of increment is 1. Now it is by default. Now it is also possible to change this step size. Okay, so let us make it 2. And since I have nothing in this first and second place, I'm going to get this whole list. Since I've put this first and second place blank. And in order to have increment of 1, to put 1 at the end of this list, pair of square brackets. By default, again, let us again recall, it is 1. Let us make it 2. So it is going to consider increment of 2, 0, 4, 6, and so on. Considering of 3, 4. So again, yes, it may happen that we wanted to convert this list into, we wanted to print this list into reverse order. So for that, that increment must be negative, -1. This is how we are list reverse decrement of methods. This is how this one list. Let us sort it. These elements are in increasing order, arranged in increasing order. Consider or arrange them in reverse order. Index in order to see that this is one list, and we wanted to. Sometimes it may happen that we wanted to identify what is index number of some element. Let's say, for example, what is number of this banana. So you can see that is at first place, and that is why we are getting 1 as out. Okay, so for that command is dot in. This is my list. Count number of elements in the list. Number of ones are there in this list. So you can see that there are 3 ones, and that is why we are getting 3 as output. So this is overview of list. Now, what are the characteristics of it? They are first of all, how to write. It is written in the pair of square brackets. Then it is mutable. That means can be changed. It is ordered. That means there is importance of order. Now, the next thing is similar to list is tuple. But the difference is tuple is immutable. That means elements cannot be replaced. Okay, after creating the list. But elements can be added at the end of tuple. So this is the basic difference between this list and tuple. List is mutable, tuple is immutable. List is written in pair of square brackets. Tuple is written in pair of round brackets. So this is one tuple. This is another tuple which is having distinct data types. This is another tuple, T tuple. Okay. Now, suppose we, in case we want a tuple having only one element. In order to have a tuple having one element, after writing that element, we must put comma, though that second element is not available. Otherwise, we are that means these two are different ways to create. Now, accessing this tuple elements. So again, it is similar to the elements from the list, then strings, and so on. So you can see at zeroth place is apple, at second place it is banana, so on. Then this tuple slicing is also similar to slicing of the strings and list. Yes, and now this let us discuss immutability of tuple. You can see that this tuple is created 1, 2, 3, and it is stored into my tuple. Now, previously, if you recall, in list, in case of list, we have changed one element of list from to another. Now let us try to do it in tuple. In case of tuple, that means I wanted to change an element at 0th index, which is 1 to 10, because of immutability of, okay, see that this tuple is, and that is why it is not possible to change the elements of the, but we can add elements at the end list, tuple. Similar counting in case of list. Okay, so you can see that there are three once indices we have discussed, if it is similar, and combination. Okay, this is how we can combine. Okay, you can see that though we cannot change a particular element, we can create, we can extend that tuple. You can see that created one another tuple which is stored in result, and it is having this one two. So it is possible to add an element at the end of tuple, but we cannot replace a particular element. Repetition, this is similar to the previous. You can explain it by yourself. Advantages of tuples overlay. So whenever it may happen in some cases, we don't want it to replace some elements from the list, okay, which is tuple. We don't want it to, whenever we want this type of characteristics, then in that case, tuples can be used. But whenever we wanted to replace some elements from the list, then in that case, the list can be used. This is how we can, as per the requirement, we can use tuple as well as. Now, next is dictionary. Okay. So let us recall. Okay, so I want answers from you. How to create list? Any answer? How to create list? So that list can be created using pair of square brackets. Then how to create tuples? It is created using pair of round brackets separated by comma. Next thing is dictionary. Now dictionary created using pair of curly brackets. Okay, and their elements are again separated by comma. But each element has two sub-elements, and those are separated by colon. Okay, left hand side is known as key, and right hand side value is known as value. So right hand side is known as value. Left hand side is known as. So left hand side, you can see that created one element. Left hand side is name, and right hand side, which is value, is Ravi. So this is assigned to name. Then 37 is related to age, and is related. So this is one example of dictionary. This is example of another dictionary. Value 1 is assigned to E1, 1 2 is assigned to E2, then this is assigned to. So this is the same dictionary. This is the same dictionary which we have created. Okay, writing, only the difference is writing pattern. Here, in order to have more readability regarding this data, we have considered different lines. We have put these different elements in different lines. But here you can see that we have put all the elements single line, single physical line. Okay, that is the only difference. Otherwise, they are same. So this is my here compiling. They get same out. Now modifying dictionary. Okay, so dictionaries are mutable. That means their elements be changed. Okay. Now these are the some options available in the dictionary, but because the key concept is same. Okay, slicing, extending elements, mutability, immutability. That and then order and unordered. These things must be keep in mind. So let us recall: list is mutable, tuple is immutable, list is order, tuple is order. Then set is dictionary is mutable, but it is unknown. This is all about dictionary. Then next is set. So this is one set. So and as in we just handle sets in mathematics also. Repeated entries are considered only once. So you can see that though I have written this two times as output, I'm getting only one time. Sets they are unordered. Okay, so order is not important. Previously, when we discussed this list and tuple, both are orders. That means their order is important. But in case of dictionary, order is not dictionary, and so on. So I just keep this set operations. This is union. Okay, this is useful for union. Alternatively, that command is dot union. Edit by yourself. Keep it, sheep, and so on. That is useful for checking whether some element available in set or not. Now the other is frozen set. Now set is created pair of curly brackets, and frozen sets are used created pair of square brackets covered by a pair of round. Okay. Now, what is the key difference between frozen sets and sets? Frozen sets are mutable. Immutable, but sets are mutable. Okay, so that is the key difference. Otherwise, they are the same. So what are the mutable quantities? Mutable quantities are lists, dictionaries, sets. What are immutable quantities? Those are integer, floats, string, tuples. What else? That frozen set. Yes, that I forgot. So this is all about this introduction. Hoping to cover some other topics also. But, due to time, I think I should stop now.
Dear participants, the session is now for all the participants are allowed to.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, grow.
Yeah, sir. I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Suppose we are generating detail of the number of students. Means
Yes.
name of the students, right? And then marks obtained by the student. And suppose by mistake for any student means in a string put their name spelling as a wrong. Is it possible to correct that, or we have to rewrite or add a new
But
number?
for that, we want list which contains a correct data, so that by comparing that data, we can replace.
Means we supposed to use replacement. That is, mean like you told me that immutable strings are there, so we cannot change particular term.
So, for example, we have created a dictionary of
Yes, sir.
such data. Okay, in that first element is that name, then it is, for example, it is the roll number. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, by mistake, some student have written his or her wrong data. Okay,
Yes, sir.
in the dictionary. So
Yeah.
first of all, in that case, in my opinion, it may happen that there may be some other way. First of all, in that case, according to me, first of all, we have to identify student has done this mistake.
Okay.
And for that, properly, we have to, but again, for that case, in that case, we want proper data. That means data without error, so that by comparing those two data, we can
We
identify.
can replace it. Yeah. Thank you. I will try some practical examples and later we will discuss. Yeah.
Yes, sure. I will also explore.
I will give this suggestion.
Your
Yeah.
question is very good. I will
Thank you,
also
sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Any more question, please? Dear participant, we have shared the form for today's in the chat box. Please get it and submit the for. Thank you, dear professor, for and I hope the be very and because the information which you share is really very basic but very important for the beginners. Without understanding the syntax and how we can script file, how we install Python or Anaconda and the other platforms by using those we can write our programming Python. So still if any participant any question or you can submit your question in the form also. Tomorrow we will resume the meeting at the same time for the second session. Once again, dear sir, thank you very much for your valuable time. And the content which are presented will be shared through your email address, through WhatsApp group, and through the platform or the mobile. if you have any difficulty to access these content, please always feel free to contact us. And also during the session, please always feel free to ask any kind of.
Thank you very much, everyone, for
I
your
think, sir,
patience.
there is no. Thank you to all, and good night for